Great. Michael Hartman, I am so glad to be talking to you about extreme listing hijacking or hijacked listings. What do you call it in your world?
A nightmare.
A nightmare. A terrible, you've got a terrible nightmare to talk to all of the Amazon sellers that listen to this wonderful YouTube channel today. And I'll be posting this on Amazon Seller First Class, of course. Do you want to just give a quick bio background on who you are and what you're helping sellers deal with these days?
Yeah, my name is Michael Hartman. I'm a managing partner at Inaventic.com. We basically manage around 40 accounts right now and help scale their businesses on Amazon. We handle, growth hacking across Europe and the US, and that's basically it. I work with Chris when we have problems. Chris
Right.
McKee. Um,
Chris McCabe of e-commerce, Chris Dot.
Of e-commerce, Chris. I met him 2 years ago at a conference, and he's been a lifesaver.
Right. So, and we've seen so many things that we don't have time to talk about today, but we'll try to give a brief version of what you've been dealing with lately, which I can assure everybody what you've seen and what you've handled lately. Thousands of sellers are dealing with in the listing hijack space, which has just exploded. My quick summary would be people have found gaps in the system. They are managing the trick catalog teams. They're getting their information on private label branded seller pages, detail pages, and they're doing it in savvy, sophisticated ways that I don't think most sellers are prepared for. So I guess the first question is, how do you think they're doing it? And then maybe how you're trying to defend against it and some background on your case.
Yeah, so the first thing that they did is they changed our brand name, and then they split our listing. We had a size variation listing, small, medium, large.
Right.
And they split it into 3 separate listings, changed the brand name, and then somehow we couldn't even update it via flat file. They restricted our listing, so only someone on a special team inside of Amazon can do this, and only someone on a special team inside of Amazon can undo this. Mm-hmm. So really, how they did this without paying someone off in Amazon is beyond me.
So they were tricked. Well, for the moment, let's just assume they were somehow tricked or gamed into doing something. The catalog teams.
No, this is not catalog team, because I actually have a guy from catalog team who works for me.
Right.
But this is a step above the catalog team. It's called the captive team that has to deal with this.
Right.
So,
but they have the access, and let's just kind of unpack it a little bit. So somebody approaches them and says, hey, I want to sell this product. I'm not the brand owner. I'm not the trademark owner, but I need to accuse them of trademark violations or of brand registry abuse. I mean, they're accusing them of they're accusing you as the private label brand owner of abusing Amazon policies by adding content that shouldn't be there. Isn't that the case?
So that would be the case of why they put it into the restricted category.
Right.
So that's why they put it in the restricted category. How they got even to that point is beyond me.
Right.
I mean, so we contacted everyone and their mother at Amazon, and it didn't work. Well, it didn't work out too well. So the first thing that we had to do was to get the brand name changed back to the appropriate brand name and to get it unlocked. And so we had to send tons of documents, tons of emails, escalation, priority, Jeff, you name it. And finally, we got the brand name changed back, but then recombining the listing was a whole nother thing. I mean, so our sales took a huge dive. So we lost probably from the last hijacking, I don't know, $700,000 or $800,000.
Yeah. And this is somebody who's trying to sell that product themselves, right? They're not just trying to distract you because they're competing with you elsewhere.
No. So they're then hijacking that with just launched accounts. And we'll get that just launched account thrown off. We'll do test buys, 1-star review, report it, it's gone.
Reporting to marketplace abuse, right? I mean, I'm trying to encourage everybody to do all this at the same time, by the way, not to do one step, wait, do another step, wait. And then 3 channels at once.
Yesterday, we got 2 new hijackers just launched. They didn't change the brand name, but they're on there. And what's tricky about these assholes these days, and part of my French.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do 1 purchase per order. Yeah. So you can only buy 1 per time. And then you can return them, but then you're going to risk getting your buyer account shut down. So most of the time, what I'm doing right now is they had 20 units and 30 units. So they're testing it. The water's in them. So I bought all 20 units and I bought all 19 units on my buyer's account one at a time.
Right.
when I'm back in the States next month, because I ship them to, my office there, is I'm going to return them all at one shot,
Right.
So, and then put them out as counterfeit items. I mean,
so if you go to catalog and you say the captive team did blank, and I'm not sure why, what are you going to do about that? How are you going to undo that?
You don't get a response. They don't communicate with each other. You know how Amazon does. They segment everything.
Or let's say brand registry. You go to brand registry, and I've been helping people do this. You're reporting abuse. Like, we're brand registered. Our listing's been changed. We need immediate help, and you get that standard response back. Are you escalating like the next day within brand registry?
Yeah, so we're doing everything the next day follow-up.
Right.
So we're doing one day after the other. The biggest pain in the butt is you actually have to place the test buy for us to figure it out. And you actually have to have like comparison pictures, And this has been going on for a year. They unbrand gated us a year ago. We don't know why.
I know.
And we've had trademarks and we've had everything.
Right.
And we keep getting hijacked. So finally they came to us and they're like, we're going to give you transparency.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have no more hijackers.
Right. Too many hijackers within a tight time frame, right? That's where the transparency invite came from?
Yeah, so we got invited back in December, and it's just been a bunch of bureaucracy. They have a small team and a lot of people who want it, like how Amazon runs everything.
Right, exactly. Siloed teams that don't talk to each other about listing abuse, listing policies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping that with the way we approach this as a company, with the way we report things multiple ways, multiple channels, all at the same time, these teams, instead of Amazon thinking, hey, you're spamming us, which we're not, we're giving them real viable case study information. These teams will talk to each other a bit more as a result. I mean, this is what I'm hoping for pie in the sky. But you've seen it work, right? I mean, it does. There are defenses for this. There are solutions, at least outside of being invited to transparency.
Yeah, so you can keep getting them knocked off. In very rare cases, I've heard of people getting gated.
Yeah,
I've heard of that happen.
Gated, which is so hard now. I mean, it's like you never even hear about where is the gating conversation right now, right? If you started a new private label brand and you trademark and brand registered it, you're not getting auto-gated anytime soon, right?
Actually, if you have a strategic account manager, they automatically gate you.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that.
So marketplace growth now, they don't have SAMs anymore, right? They call them
They have the marketplace growth manager, whatever.
For new listings.
No, for you pay for it now.
Yeah, no, the marketplace growth, you have to pay a monthly fee,
Yeah.
So but you don't pay like, we want to gate this listing, what's the fee? We want to gate that list. I mean, that's the way it will work.
They gate everything for you, which is pretty cool. The only other issue is we applied for that as well. We're within the realm of, let's say, income, which is well over $1 million.
Right.
But they never got back to us. They said 2 weeks.
I thought they were going to do like a per ASIN gating fee. I mean, this is a theory I had based on a couple of conversations I had this past year. And I guess that isn't maybe the way they're going to pursue it. It was just a guess.
No, they gate everything for you from the other accounts that we work on. Mm-hmm. I have some account managers, but they can't work on other accounts, which really sucks. And they can't help you get into it. So
I mean, with the mess that's going on now, obviously a huge extreme spike in listing hijacks. Not everyone can do transparency right away. What do you suggest to people since you've been dealing with this on a daily basis?
Get your templates in order, as I put that. Get your email addresses in order.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. I mean, and that's basically it.
Yeah. Do you like how Amazon sellers are turning into survivalists? You have to have like a lot of like canned goods in your cellar, or the
also,
Amazon equivalent.
So for us, this is like a home run listing. This is a 4-year-old listing. Yeah. Top 100 in sports and stores. Overall, it was top 10.
Yeah. I've seen the listing. I know.
And so don't rely only on one listing. Keep launching new products because you diversify your risk. I launched the other account I think I showed you. And I'm just diversifying my risk. So each ASIN sells like $1,000, $2,000 a month, and I have 250 ASINs. I don't really care.
Yeah, we should talk about diversification next time we talk because that's a huge subject that I'm getting into now with my clients. But in terms of transparency, I mean, do you have a ton of information about how that's going to work? Do they tell you they'll get back to you closer to the date? I mean, what are the details?
So we already got the codes for shipping in. So first, when you get the codes, you get like 5 codes for each ASIN. You have to put them on, and then you have to take a picture, send it back. They scan it. After they scan it, they give you all the codes.
Right.
So we take all the codes and we put it in, and they're single-use codes, and only Amazon has these.
Right.
And then they destroy them. So there's no repeat code. So even if somebody buys your product and then says that, yeah, I have transparency and tries to ship it in FBM or something like that, they can't do it.
Right.
So I have a lot of hope.
That sounds promising.
Yeah, so
we have a reason to hope. Yeah. So
as of July 9th, no one can hijack this product anymore. No one can ship in any more materials.
Right.
So it's basically just waiting 40 days and just dealing with the other crap as it comes along.
In the meantime, yeah.
Well,
we're always here to help with that for the next 40 days. But
yeah.
Michael Hartman of Innoventic, thanks. I mean, hopefully we can connect somewhere in the U.S. when you're here.
I'll be there maybe I'll see you in Montreal at the Orange Summit.
Oh, yeah, so, Orange Summit. And that you said that was in August?
That's in August, I think 12th and 13th.
Oh, nice.
And they should have some pretty good hacks there. So I know a lot of the speakers, and those guys are pretty, we'll say, grayish and getting things done. So.
Right. And by the time I post this, I'll be at IRCE in Chicago. So if anyone hears this and sees this and they're in Chicago right now listening to this, certainly look me up. Chris at ecommercechris.com. Where can people reach you if they have questions for you?
Michael at innoventic.com, INNOVENTIC.com.
Sweet. Thanks for your time today. You're a smart guy. Appreciate it.
Bye.